everyone. Today we will discuss on the topic rare and orphan drug in the pharmacovigilance. The pharmacovigilance is the science of monitoring, evaluating and preventing of adverse effects related to the drug. Become even more critical when it comes to rare and orphan drugs. In the context of rare and orphan drug, the pharmacovigilance become crucial due to unique challenges these therapies present, including a limited patient population and insufficient clinical trial data, and the potential for the long-term safety issues to emerge only after the drug is widely used. These medications are designed to treat the rare disease. Firstly, we know about what is the rare and the orphan drug. Rare disease often defined as those affected fewer than in 1 in 2,000 people, represent a significant global health burden. Orphan drugs are medicinal products specifically developed to treat the rare disease, and these drugs are called as the orphans because there is a limited commercial interest in the developing them due to the small patient populations, making it economically unfeasible for the pharmaceutical companies to conduct the large clinical trials. The regulatory authorities like the Food and Drug Administration and the European Medicine Agencies provide incentives such as market exclusivity, tax credit, and grant to encourage the development of these therapies. Despite these incentives, the post-marketing safety profile of orphan drug remains a concern due to the small number of patients involved in clinical trials, and certain adverse effect or adverse reaction may not be detected until the drug is used under the broader diverse populations. Now we see what are the challenges in the pharmacovigilance for the orphan drugs. The small patient population, the most significant challenge in the pharmacovigilance for the orphan drug is limited patient population group base. With only the small number of the patient population using the drugs, adverse event may not be easily detected in the clinical trials due to the statistical limitations. And second is the data scarcity. Clinical trial for the orphan drug include limited number of the participants, and these participants may not present the full spectrum of the population that will be the ultimately use the drugs. Long-term safety monitoring. Many rare diseases are the chronic or the progressives, in that the orphan drugs are often used over the extended period. The long-term safety and the effectiveness of these drugs may not be fully known at that time of the approvals. Then the lack of comparative data. Unlike widely prescribed drugs, the orphan drugs often lack of comparative data. This makes it difficult for the pharmacovigilance effort to identify the adverse effects are related to the drugs or the result of the rare conditions being treated. Global access and the reportings. Rare diseases are not confined to a single geographic regions, which complicate for the pharmacovigilance efforts. Orphan drug might be marketed in many countries with different healthcare infrastructure, leading to inconsistent reporting of the adverse event. Moreover, the healthcare provider regions with lower awareness of the specific rare disease might fail to recognize and report adverse events related to the orphan drugs. Then next we see the pharmacovigilance strategies for the orphan drugs. Post-marketing surveillance program. Given the limitations of the clinical trials and for the orphan drugs, the regulatory authorities like the FDA and EMA, European Medicine Agencies, often require enhanced the pharmacovigilance activities for the post-approval. This may include the collection of the real-world data and through the registered program or the patient support program, which track adverse event over time and across a larger, more diverse population. Risk management plan. Orphan drug may have the specific risk management plan developed in the consultation with the regulatory authorities. in patient and healthcare professional educations, ensuring that the healthcare providers and the patient are aware of the potential adverse effect is a crucial. Educational campaign that highlight the possible side effect and the reporting mechanism can help in the early detection of the safety issue. In collaboration with the patient advocacy groups, patient advocacy groups are often integral in the orphan drug of pharmacovigilance. This organization can facilitate the reporting of the adverse event and provide valuable insight into the long-term use of the drugs, real-world evidence and the data meaning. The real-world data source such as the electronic data, electronic health record and insurance claim patient registers can be invaluable for the monitoring of the safety of the orphan drugs. Regulatory bodies and the pharmaceutical companies are increasingly turning to the real-world data evidence to identify the long-term safety signals that may not have been apparent in the clinical trials. So that's all about the rare and orphan drugs pharmacovigilance. Thank you.